Pandas also allows us, as well as adding to it, we can drop things from it as well, remove things. This is known as dropping in Pandas. We can remove columns and we can remove rows. So to drop a column, I'm showing an example of dropping a single column here, but it's exactly the same syntax for multiple columns. You just pass them in as a list of column names. We use df.drop. We pass in the list of column names we want to drop, which is just one in this case, the name column, and I put axis equals 1 to indicate that we are dropping a column as opposed to a row. Now you'll see in this example here, I've dropped name and then I've stored the resulting data frame. Remember, it'll pass back a data frame as a different data frame. I've called it df no names. This is normally what you want to do. Normally, when you're playing around manipulating your data, you can either change things in place, i.e. change the original data frame, or you can create copies of that data frame. Generally speaking, you'll probably want an original that is untouched that you then start manipulating. And you may do various manipulations, but you'll end up with a few, possibly a few different versions of that data frame that have, this one has the name dropped, etc. That makes it much easier if you then need to go back and do some other analysis and you need the name. Otherwise, you've got to go through the whole process of reading it back in again, okay? Because you've dropped name from the data frame. So if you've done that from the original, then you're going to have to read it back in. So just be aware of that. And there's two ways you can, if you did want to genuinely drop it in place, i.e. change the data frame as it stands, then you can either overwrite assign it to the name of the data frame. So I could say df equals df.drop, and it would overwrite df with itself, but with name dropped out. Or you can add in an argument here where you say in place equals true, and that will specify that you want the change made in place. And then you don't need to do the assignment bit. So you could just have the, I was about to put my hand over the screen, you wouldn't see that. You only need the right bit of this equation if you did that. So as well as dropping columns, we can drop rows as well. And as you probably would guess, we drop a row by specifying the index or indices. Again, we pass in a list of indices if we want more than one dropped. And that would then drop the row that has that particular index.